Councillor, take your seat, please. We're ready to start. Okay. I call this meeting to order at 10 o'clock. I will read the land acknowledgement. Thank you. The city of Thorold is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Hadiwandurrung, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The city of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the lands on which we live. Thank you. Are there any declarations of interest? No. Moving on to the adoption of the agenda, can I have a mover and seconder, please? Mary has moved, Dave has seconded. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Then that is carried. Moving on to the adoption of the minutes of the last meeting on April 28th. Can I have a mover and seconder for that, please? Linda has moved. Tim has seconded. I call the question. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? No, and that is carried as well. Correspondence. I've had a phone call from Madeline and Brian in Port Robinson, the owners of the Duncan McFarland House. Shall we bring that up on the round table, or shall we deal with it right now? Okay. There is a repair issue that they got in touch with me about. The pillars that hold up their front porch, the bases of them are rotting. They're wood, the bases of those pillars. They replaced some of them years and years ago. I'm not sure whether it's the same ones that are rotting now or the ones that weren't replaced at the time. Anyway, the issue is this. Their contractor has made a suggestion of how to repair that to make it safest and most resistant to future decay. So he has suggested to use a composite instead of wood for the bases. The pillars are probably a metal post in the middle with a sleeve around them. I'm not sure whether they are the actually original pillars that were built in 1860 when the house was built, or later replacement. Not sure whether you remember, they are ionic capitals on fluted pillars. The bases are very small, only about this high, maybe 6 inches. It's a round, kind of turned base to the fluted pillar. It's only that will be replaced. What the contractor is suggesting is instead of wood to use a hard composite for those little bits at the bottom. The thing is, he cannot cut that round. It would be an octagon, but not any bigger than the existing bases. From the road, you wouldn't see it at all. The only spot where you would actually see it from is if you're standing on the porch and looking down. There's no visual impact. So Madeline wanted to know whether that would be acceptable to keep those pillars safe and stable for as long as possible. Any comments? Councillor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to be clear, they're going to be painted again anyway, aren't they?
They're going to be painted white, just like the pillars.
Right.
So there will be, you won't see what it's made of.
Right. Okay. I don't see an issue with that. Thank you.
Do we need a motion for this, Justin, or can we just decide that that's fine?
So through you, will they and more to Nancy, will they have to put in an application to do any of this stuff? And then they'll have to get approval of Heritage through them?
Through you. I'm just reviewing when a heritage permit is required according to our new process, and that is for alterations to roofing, siding, porches, trim, or decorative details. So it sounds like they would have to go through the process.
The only thing is that the alteration is so minute.
Still minor.
It doesn't change the look of the porch at all. Like if you, I could show, if I had my computer on me, I could show you a picture of what it looks like.
Before we do that through you,
Yeah.
Madam Chair, we also have in our new permit process that anything that's minor could go through an alternate process. So I believe this would be considered very minor and we could avoid the entire application process. But this is new and we're working
Yeah.
all of this out.
Yeah,
But that is
absolutely.
my opinion, so I would defer to you on that.
Okay. Linda?
Since it's not going to change the look of the house, and since the fluted parts and the the top part of the pullers will remain the same, I think for the safety of the house and the safety of the residents, I think I agree that I believe I support this request.
Okay. Counselor?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Through you to Nancy, great. I didn't know we had that minor alteration side text, and I really think that's important. Very good, because you're right. I mean, if someone needed to change a door handle, does that mean they have to come and get a permit? So very good. I like that. Thanks.
Okay. Dave?
I'm pretty familiar with them. I don't think you'd even notice, to tell you the truth, that it wasn't original. Even if it wasn't round octagonally, do you think it was just what was originally there?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually looked at Sarah's report, which has photographs of the porch and the little bases are visible. I wanted to see how much of it there was. It's extremely minor, very small. So if Nancy, that is okay with you, and we can agree that that falls under minor alteration, has no impact on the heritage value of the porch, do they still have to inform building, or can the Heritage Committee decide that they are okay to go ahead?
Through you, I think the most appropriate approach for something like this would be to hear from the committee that this is indeed minor and that there are no concerns, and then we can proceed. And I think this will be a good example for moving forward as we implement this process. I hope that's clear, and happy to receive any comments on that.
Okay, well, that's pretty clear, and that's great. So, Councillor?
Do we, Madam Chair, need to vote on it?
That was my question to Justin, and then we put the question to Nancy. Yeah, so can we have a vote whether we are in favor of approving this small alteration to improve the stability of the building at the Duncan McFarland House in Port Robinson?
Let's get a mover and seconder first.
I have a mover and seconder for that. Is that still a comment, or are you moving?
I was going to move it.
Okay, Linda has moved. Jonathan has seconded. All right, I call the question. All those in favor to allow this? Anyone opposed? Okay, then that is carried. I will inform them that they can go ahead with those repairs. All right, great, thank you. Any other items for correspondence? No? Okay. Then moving on to financial, I have handed in 2 smallish invoices to planning. One was for the food that was supplied by the 50 Plus Center for our Heritage Day, and the other one was for 4 history plaques. 3 of them will be for our designation of the St. John's buildings. And one of them was a replacement plaque for the Miller House. that plaque is done. I haven't walked by the house yet. I'm not sure whether it's installed yet. Greg at McGee told me as soon as the weather was favorable, he would do that. So those are taken care of. The plaques for the designation are already applied to the stands. I have been in touch with Steve Santo from the city, and for them to be installed sometime before the designation, and I will then put him in touch with Jeff Fazekas at the NPCA, who knows where the stands will be put on the site. All right, any comments with regards to those plaques?
Do we have a date for the St. John's designation?
That's coming up under the designation. We're going to talk about that. Okay, so if there's no comments about the plaques, we're going to move on to new business, St. John's Heritage Site designation, update and ceremony planning. All right, at their meeting on May 12th, 2026, Council passed Report DS 23-2026 regarding the St. John's Common School and Street Haney Miller Mill Heritage designation. So the bylaw is passed. We have to wait the 30 days during which appeals can be made to the OLT. If that doesn't happen, then we can go ahead to have a formal ceremony. I have been in touch with Adam Christie, the Director of Conservation Area at the NPCA, and asked about possible dates. At first, we had thought we'd have the designation in late June, but after our meeting on Thursday with planning and Natalie, the communications specialist at the city, we decided that a July designation would be better in order not to rush things. We didn't have a date from the MPCA yet at that point. And until we had that, we can't really inform anybody and invite them to this event. Obviously, we would like the mayor to be there. We would like the regional councillor to be there, as many councillors as possible. We'd also like to invite our MPP and our MP and anybody else who might be interested. So we need some time for that to give people the chance to plan for it if they can make it. Also, Natalie informed me that she needs 2 weeks for the media release, or she needs to know for 2 weeks in advance just for the media release. So it made more sense to move the designation until after the Canada Day celebrations are over. Adam has responded to me, and he gave me 3 dates. The first one is Thursday, July the 16th. The second one is Tuesday, July the 21st. And the third one is July 30th. That's also a Thursday. Now, the 30th would put us slightly past the 120-day period of time during which a designation has to be completed. My choice would be to go with the earliest date on July 16th, which is a Thursday. What is your feeling about that date? Anybody opposed to it? Yes, Linda?
I'm not opposed. We've been waiting for a long time to do this, so I think the earlier the better.
Yeah, okay. Do we need a motion for that, or do we just decide July 16th is the best one to go with?
You can, but you also have to, I guess, check with NPCA, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, well, the NPCA has already approved that date, so we now just have to send out our invitations to all the dignitaries and any heritage people who might be interested, or any citizens who might want to come. This will be posted on the website, by the way, in a media release. So Natalie has done a great job making this known that this is happening, and I think this site means a lot to Niagara citizens who have had their kids come to that particular location for educational days. So I think this will be a really nice celebration. What we have to do now is send out the invitations, obviously, and inform the mayor's office and anybody else who will have to know about this. Councillor, can you maybe announcement in council at the next meeting? And we also will design a brochure with a program and with the various speakers. Once I have done that, can I ask you to put that together? Great, awesome, thank you very much. We'll send out the invitations first. Hopefully we'll get responses right away. And the brochure I can have printed the week before the designation, so that's not a big deal. All right, any comments or any input from you, anything that I've forgotten about this that should be brought up? No? Okay, have we talked about everything, Nancy, Justin, with regard to the designation? We have one more meeting before the designation, actually. So now that it's been moved into July, so our last meeting will actually fall before it. All right, so if there are no further comments regarding that, then we move on to Heritage Awards update. There is no update. The working group has not had a chance to get together. If we do before the next meeting, then we'll inform you, but this might be something that might get moved into the next term. Moving on to events, we have our Canada Day event, of course. We will be there with a table. Anybody who feels like joining me or, dropping by, that would be great. And we might also have a table at one or two of the later market days, just to remind people that we exist, even though we won't have any meetings anymore at that point. Any comments regarding that? No? Then moving on to outstanding items. Any comments regarding outstanding items?
There's a meeting tomorrow night. It's the annual general meeting, and elections are held at that meeting. And as well, there will be a rundown of all the various activities that they planned for this year. And I believe there's a service, a church service in June, but I'm not quite sure of the date. And then there'll be some other activities, and I haven't read the brochure.
Okay, Councillor. Thank you, Linda.
Just one more small thing to add, and that is that the new staircase that will provide safe access to the second floor is complete, and we'll be introducing that to Friends of Beaver Dams Church. So come on out and have a look at the great work that's been done with some of the restored wood, by the way. When the church was remodeled or some of the sections were taken out, the wood was saved, and some of that wood was put back into the new staircase. So that's a great thing.
Okay. And just to mention, that was not original structures that were taken out. It was a fake ceiling that was put in the late 19th century that opened up the vault of the church again to its original grandeur, and that is the wood that was saved. So there were no original parts ripped out. That church is now the way it was meant to be when it was built in the 1830s. And they've done a fantastic job. Okay, Nancy, there was something that we talked about where we wondered whether, if there were an emergency, whether we could have a meeting after June. What was that? Remember that came up? Oh, right, it was an issue, okay, I remember what it was. I won't mention the exact item, because right now that is not current, but Justin, or I can also get in touch with Matthew about this. Should a heritage issue come up during the second half of this year, and the input of the Heritage Committee would be important for our downtown, would the Heritage Committee be allowed to call an emergency meeting?
So through you, regular meetings end July 1st. Anything beyond that has to be approved by the clerk.
Okay, great. That's all I needed to know. Should this come up, then I will approach, not Matthew, Nicholas, obviously. All right. Yes. Okay. So that was that. Any other outstanding items anybody has comments on? No? Okay, then moving on to round table. Nancy, do you have anything?
Through you, Madam Chair, nothing at this point except that there's lots of work going on right now, updating the Heritage website, getting our permit process, guideline, FAQ up and running and through implementation. So I appreciated the comment today, or the discussion today on minor. That helps thinking things forward and how to implement our new process. And we'll be talking community improvement plan as well over the coming months. So we'll have lots to update on when we return as a committee. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Moving on to Mary.
Nothing at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Dave?
Nothing at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Jonathan?
Nothing at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Wynne?
Nothing for me, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Ray?
Nothing, Madam Chair.
Thanks. Linda?
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Ricardo?
Nothing at this time, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor?
Thank you. Just one small thing, Madam Chair, and that is that one of our members has recently become a junior senior, so I want to welcome Dave to the club.
Thank you, Tim.
Congratulations, Dave. I know. I told you I don't have a life right now. All right. Any comments from you, Justin?
Yeah, through you, just to mention that the new city website is now
Yes.
and elements from Heritage website are incorporated into that, such as the map with all the designations and so forth, which at some point will be updated because we've added a couple designations, so we'll have to get that information to GIS to update at some point. But yeah, so if you want to take a look through, if you notice anything needs to be fixed or whatever, we can contact Natalie to update it.
Great, thank you very much. Yeah, Nancy and Natalie and I had a meeting on Thursday, and we already went over this. So Nancy and I will go over what is over the information that was on the original Heritage website, which is not a part of which is not current anymore, and then inform Natalie what she can scrap and what we will also add in the future. But it's going to be a great thing to have this all incorporated in the city's website and have it all interlinked, so we in the future will not have to deal with our own website anymore. It will be part of the city's website. And the original website will be staying active until Natalie is completely done with doing all the changes, because there might still be info on there that she needs to access. Once that is all completed, then we'll ask Mark to take that website down. All right. I don't have any other comments either for Roundtable. So our next meeting, the last of the term, is on June 23rd, not the last Tuesday of the month, but the second last. I imagine that was done because the 30th just felt too close to Canada Day. So as usual, 10 o'clock in the morning, hybrid format. Hope to see you all there. And there being no further business, this meeting is now adjourned at 10:25. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye.